slaves. So that's where things start to change.
Yeah, so as you said, the Portuguese never invented slavery, but they were the first to do the Atlantic slave trade. Oh, was this an orange tree?
Yes.
Oranges that you could eat?
From the streets, I'm always reluctant to pick fruit from street plants, but Portugal is known for its oranges.
Oh, okay. Why are you reluctant to take it from the street?
That's something that the Moors also introduced as well. The cultivation of citrus trees to Spain and Portugal. So that's also.
So why are you reluctant to eat it from the tree?
From the street, I don't know what type of chemicals the
I was spraying it.
To spray there,
but if it wasn't for that, it should be fine, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean Portugal, like I said, especially in the south, it's famous for its orange trees. And in Arabic, the way you say Portugal is Al Portugal. Portugal. Okay. And the word orange is Portugal.
Portugal.
So in Arabic, so it's you could say they
tie in together.
They tied it in together.
Yeah.
But anyways, when did you arrive, by the way?
I arrived yesterday.
Yesterday. Did you have a chance to visit this area here?
No, I arrived last night. So
But have you seen pictures of this before?
Yeah, I was doing my research. Yeah. This monument is called Monument of Discovery and represents Henry the Navigator, which was third in line to the throne in the Portuguese royal family. He was part of the Knights of Christ, which was a Christian crusade which explored Africa and enslaved Africans. Underneath the Monument of Discovery shows the different places where Portugal colonized and took slaves to.
Research. What do you know about this monument?
I don't know anything, but I know that there's a lot of monuments. So I've booked things to come and see, but I will learn as I go along.
So this monument was built originally in 1940.
Okay.
For a fair called the Fair of the Portuguese World. It was a big propaganda event staged by our dictatorship during World War II. Okay. Then they tore down the monument and rebuilt it 20 years later in stone and concrete. And they also increased the scale about a third. And the monument is known as the Pattern of the Discoveries or the Monument of the Discoveries. It features notable Portuguese historical figures from the 15th and 16th century. But at the very front is Henry the Navigator. Okay. Have you heard about Henry the Navigator?
No, I haven't.
He is a very important person for this tour.
Henry the Navigator.
Correct. He was a prince.
Okay.
He was third in line to the throne.
Okay.
So he never expected to become King of Portugal.
Yeah.
However, he did have a really considerable influence in Portuguese society. Because of his status as prince, but also he was the Grand Master of the Knights of Christ. They were a Crusader order.
Are they the Knights Templars?
They actually are descendants from the Templars. The Templars, they were disbanded.
Yeah.
What was left of the Templars in Portugal reformed and created this new order called the Knights of Christ. And in the 15th century, Henry the Navigator was their Grand Master.
Okay.
And he used the resources of the order to invest in nautical exploration.
So are they a Christian crusade, basically?
Basically, they were created as crusaders.
Yeah.
And later on started to be involved in navigation. And whenever they went out to sea, those voyages had many different dimensions to them. There were both evangelical missions, meaning they would go out to new lands and try to spread the religion.
Yeah.
There were scientific voyages, because whenever they went to new places, they would have to chart the locations, navigate there, study the botany, the fauna from these new areas.
Oh, okay.
And also military operations, because they would sometimes capture ports along the coast that they would then purpose to be like hubs for their trading fleet. They would capture slaves. They would do many different things on these voyages.
So, and though they was let's get this right. So, and though they were Christians or they were religious men, they would still capture slaves.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
But that has to do with the morality that they had back then. They had a completely different notion of what was right and wrong, and the religion.
Yeah.
Portuguese slaves or slaves captured by Portuguese people were by law baptized.
Okay.
And the rationale is that although we are not saving the person's body,
Saving their mind.
you're saving their soul.
Yeah, because one of the things that I learned when I was in Louisiana, and I went on when I was doing about the slave trade in Louisiana, and what they said is that when they took the African slaves, they converted them into Christianity.
Correct.
You know, that was one of the things that they did. You know, but which I didn't understand, because I thought that obviously as religious people, you know, how comes that you're claiming to be religious, but you're forcing people into slavery?
Because the mortal body isn't what was important for people at the time.
Okay.
A lot of people, religion occupied a much bigger part of life back then than it does now, and it formed a much bigger role in shaping our understanding of the universe and what's right and wrong. So if you believe that there are people who haven't heard the word of Christ in an area which they consider to be uncivilized, it would seem for them to capture you and convert you. In a twisted morality sense, it would seem like they were doing you a favor by saving your soul, by converting you and giving you a chance of eternal life.
Okay, but at the same time they'd be whipping you and beating you. What's it called?
Correct. Yes, because careful.
Yeah.